if I'm gonna die or ever be a sacrifice, I want to make sure that my life made at least 5 million kids.
Happy years after his loss, X was allegedly spotted chilling near his Parkland mansion, vibing at the Super Bowl, and strolling through Florida like nothing ever happened. But these sightings hit different. They looked way too real to brush off. Some people swear he's still out there, and these 10 moments had everyone talking. The Bermuda Triangle mystery. Our first alleged sighting drops us near the Bermuda waters in August 2018, just months after X's official passing. Word on the street claimed local authorities had found him alive, hiding somewhere around that legendary Bermuda Triangle. Fans were still heartbroken at the time, searching for any sign he might still be out here. The rumor painted a wild scene. X supposedly pulled off some dramatic escape, sliding to Bermuda to dodge all the legal drama and old accusations stacking up on him. The story even linked back to his 2017 stunt where he staged a dramatic setup for a music video, making believers think he pulled another wild trick. But here's where it gets spicy. The whole rumor sparked from online trolls, mainly on X, the platform once known as Twitter. One post from August 22, 2018 went viral with a fake CNN-style headline claiming rapper XXXTentacion found alive off coast of Bermuda, which had everyone losing it. But when fans clicked the link, they landed on an appliance ad and a random comedy clip instead, proving it was all a straight-up prank meant to play with people's emotions. There was zero real proof. No official word from Bermuda, no verified pics, no video, and nothing from his family or team. Still, the rumor spread through the streets and the internet like wildfire. Online threads started tying his so-called survival to big conspiracy talk, just like the ones around Tupac, who some still believe quietly moved to Cuba. Fans pointed to supposed gaps in the official reports, including missing visual details and leaked footage people claimed didn't add up. Some fans argued the whole situation looked staged, but the rumor slowly faded once more solid details about his legal case came out. Still, it left a mark on how people handled grief online, showing how fast the internet can twist emotions. The Bermuda story had folks picturing exotic hideouts, but this next alleged sighting dragged X right back home, all the way to one of the biggest stages in the country, a Super Bowl appearance in disguise. By February 2019, talk started spreading that X was spotted at Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz Stadium. This wasn't some remote island fantasy. This was a packed arena with over 75,000 people and millions watching live. Believers swore blurry crowd footage showed him in the stands, rocking a hoodie or fitted cap to stay low while blending in with everyone around him. This sighting blew up on social media, with clips circling from February through July 2019. Reddit threads, especially in the r/XXXTentacion community, started calling the whole thing straight-up clickbait, with users urging others to report the posts for breaking platform rules. Comment sections turned into heated back and forths, hopeful fans saying stuff like, "This giving me chills, maybe he really out there," while skeptics shot it down as people refusing to move on. There was still zero real proof. No event security notes, no clear footage showing his signature face marks, and not a single eyewitness from a crowd of 75,000 fans. Experts later said folks were just seeing patterns in messy, crowded images, a classic case of people reading too much into grainy footage. But the rumor kept bouncing around conspiracy spaces, showing how fast misleading content spreads when fans are emotional and hungry for answers. Around 2020, right in the middle of the COVID lockdowns when everyone was glued to screens, a new claim started trending. Supposedly, high-def drone footage had accidentally caught XXXTentacion living low-key on a remote island, maybe somewhere in the Caribbean or the Pacific, far from his old Florida spots. The story came with a wild level of detail. Believers said X planned an entire escape to dodge his legal issues, old accusations from 2016, and the non-stop pressure from the spotlight, plus any tension he had in the rap scene. They painted him like some modern-day hermit searching for peace. People tied this theory to his deeply personal lyrics about mental health, isolation, and wanting to disappear, themes he talked about all through his album 17. Fans who supported the idea imagined him living fully off-grid, keeping life simple, maybe even cooking up music in a homemade island studio. Supporters pushed the idea that he was still alive and doing fine even 2 years after his reported passing. The rumor traced back to mid-2020 social media threads, perfectly timed with everyone's obsession over drone clips and found footage going viral. People shared aerial shots showing a figure who looked like him. Same height, similar dreads, and matching ink, walking along a quiet beach or moving through thick tropical trees. These videos always zoomed in dramatically on tiny shadows or faraway silhouettes, making everything feel mysterious and shocking. With millions stuck inside during the pandemic, folks fell deep into conspiracy rabbit holes. Comparing this theory to old stories about Elvis chilling on secret islands or claims that Michael Jackson traveled in secret after his passing, it was the perfect setup for the rumor to explode. But even with all that hype, no real drone footage ever surfaced, just edited clips and recycled stock shots. His family later shut the rumors down during interviews promoting his posthumous releases, saying these theories caused them real pain and asking fans to honor him respectfully. The island claims had people imagining X living like a castaway. But the next alleged sighting took things to a whole different level. Some said he popped up right on live television in the boldest way possible. In September 2020, a new wave of talk claimed XXXTentacion was spotted on a live TV broadcast. Some people claimed he wasn't just living in secret, but actually stepping back into public spaces, maybe even recklessly, by popping up on national TV just 2 years after his reported passing. This sighting focused on supposed background cameos during different live broadcasts. Clips from major news shows, daytime talk shows, and entertainment programs were shared everywhere, with sharp-eyed viewers saying a figure who looked like him was caught on camera. Supporters pushed the idea that this proved his passing was part of a huge setup meant to help him escape the non-stop chaos in the industry. Or maybe set up a dramatic return with maximum shock value, just like his infamous 2017 stage stunt on Instagram. The timing made fans go even harder since posthumous releases were dropping, including big collabs with artists like Lil Wayne. Believers claimed he was quietly running his whole operation from behind the scenes. Social media ran with it fast. Content creators slowed down broadcast footage, cleaned up blurry frames, and circled random background figures like they uncovered top-secret evidence. The hype behind this sighting came from how simple it was. Anyone chilling at home watching TV could have spotted him themselves. It tapped straight into that moment when grieving fans start seeing familiar faces everywhere. A classic case of people imagining resemblances in random strangers. Just like the long list of sightings people have claimed about other major icons over the years, this one spread fast. But video experts quickly confirmed the so-called proof was just edited clips or lookalikes, and no TV network ever backed up the idea that someone resembling him appeared on their live shows. The live TV rumor made it seem like X was playing with the media, but the next claim dragged everything back to where it all first began. Florida, his home turf, hiding in plain sight in Florida. By January 2021, fresh talk started up again saying XXXTentacion was spotted somewhere around Miami, a place tied deeply to his life and career. This wave of rumors kept rolling even 3 years after his reported passing, as conspiracy fans refused to let the story fade. People claimed he was moving under the radar by blending in with regular Florida life, which made the theory feel believable to a lot of fans. Supporters insisted he chose Florida on purpose. It was familiar, it was home, and he had deep roots there. He was born in Plantation, came up in Broward County, spent time in Parkland after blowing up, and staying close to family would have been the most natural move ever. The narrative said he wanted peace from the chaos that had surrounded his career, from industry beefs to old legal issues that were still unresolved when his passing was reported. Florida, in this version of the story, became the perfect place to hide out without drawing the global attention that wild escape rumors like the Bermuda theory created. This rumor gained traction after a mix of blurry, leaked photos and anonymous posts started circulating in early January 2021, right in the middle of heavy COVID lockdowns when everyone was online non-stop. Conspiracy threads were booming, and people were spending hours trying to connect dots that weren't even there. These photos always came with dramatic captions claiming they were snapped by a reliable source or a lucky fan at the perfect moment, with extra details like him wearing a face mask, which fit the pandemic vibe and made the theory sound even more believable. Fans felt a deep pull toward this Florida hiding idea because so many people weren't ready to say goodbye to him. X's music was raw and emotional, packed with themes of struggle, healing, and isolation. And even his posthumous releases kept that bond strong. Imagining him alive somewhere familiar felt comforting during the chaos of 2020 and 2021. But eventually, the whole sighting got fully debunked. No legit media outlet or law enforcement source backed it, and experts confirmed the pics were edited composites or shots of random lookalikes. The Florida rumor suggested he stayed close to his roots, but the next claim went even deeper. Right outside his own former home, fan encounter near his old crib. By June 2024, a new story blew up saying XXXTentacion was spotted near his old place in Florida, actually interacting with fans in person. This sighting came from a mix of eyewitness stories and short videos that supposedly showed him walking near his old Parkland home, the same place he lived during the months leading up to his reported passing. Fans in their cars claimed he briefly acknowledged them, with some saying he nodded or waved like he recognized the love. Descriptions didn't always match, but most of them mentioned the same details. Him rocking a comfy hoodie, fitted jeans, and showing off familiar tattoos on his arms and neck. Witnesses said his energy matched his known vibe too. Laid back but intense, casually nodding as fans yelled his name or blasted his emotional tracks from their speakers. Believers took this as proof he might be living somewhere close by, maybe in a spot quietly handled by his estate. They argued he could have been trying to reconnect with his roots and longtime supporters, especially with old recordings, anniversaries, and tributes keeping his name alive. This sighting went crazy on TikTok, blowing up around June 12, 2024, right near the anniversary of his June 18, 2018 passing, which made the whole situation feel even more emotional. Viral clips with dramatic titles showed grainy but convincing footage of someone who looked just like him walking calmly through the neighborhood. The clip showed someone strolling outside while fans in a car reacted with pure excitement, honking like crazy or yelling LLJ, which means Long Live Jase, a tribute his supporters still use. The fact that this happened near his former home made the rumor feel extra real to believers, since Parkland and Broward County were such huge parts of his life story, from his rough early years to the community work he did before his reported passing. But once people looked deeper, the truth came out fast. A lot of those viral videos turned out to be recycled footage from June 12, 2018, just days before he passed, repackaged to look new. Others featured lookalikes or fans dressing like him during tribute events, making the whole thing fall apart. Those home encounters felt personal, but the next rumor threw him right back into the music world. Backstage at a 2024 concert. Backstage at a 2024 show. In 2024, a new claim surfaced saying XXXTentacion was spotted at a concert, either backstage in restricted areas or blending into the crowd like he'd never left the scene. This rumor suggested he not only survived his 2018 situation, but was bold enough to dive back into the energy of the music world that shaped his entire career. People said he was seen in major cities like Los Angeles, a place with long, deep ties to hip-hop culture, and somewhere he performed during his explosive revenge tour in 2017. Supposed eyewitnesses claimed he moved unnoticed through huge crowds and dim lighting, blending in while still giving off familiar energy. Many descriptions mention a figure with colorful dreads tucked under a low cap or beanie, brief flashes of familiar tattoos caught in strobe lights, and that slim build paired with the same confident walk fans remembered from old concert footage. Believers argued this fit perfectly with his history of surprise appearances and spontaneous fan moments, just like that wild Miami event back in April 2017 that turned chaotic. They pushed the idea that he stepped away from the spotlight to escape nonstop pressure from fame, old legal problems, and rising tensions in the industry after Look at Me blew up in 2017. This rumor exploded even faster thanks to TikTok trends during mid-2024, especially around June 18, the anniversary of his reported passing, when memorial events brought heavy emotions back and made fans more likely to believe he was secretly showing up again. Viral TikToks started rolling out slick edits of fan-submitted clips from different concerts, dramatically zooming in on random people in the crowd, while bright red arrows pointed at anyone who looked even slightly like him. These videos were set to remixes of his emotional hits like sad, and changes, which made viewers feel a wave of nostalgia and hope the moment the music kicked in. Creators kept referencing real events too, especially the XXXTentacion Memorial Concert held on June 18, 2024 at the 1720 venue in Los Angeles, where hundreds showed up for a charitable water drive in his honor. But despite all the hype, the rumor was fully debunked. The clips came from lookalikes, old footage from his 2017 tour, and nothing was ever confirmed by organizers or venue security. Concert rumors symbolically put him back on stage, but the next claim took things to a whole different level, suggesting he never left his house at all. The shocking mansion encounter. By April 2025, fans were buzzing over what some called the most intimate sighting yet, the mansion encounter. This claim said XXXTentacion was spotted inside or right near a home in a quiet suburban neighborhood, possibly his old Parkland mansion or a similar Florida property. A full 7 years after his reported passing, this rumor painted him as living a quiet, reclusive life, almost like a modern hermit, possibly inside the same Parkland home he bought in 2018 for around $1.4 million. That house had once symbolized stability during a career filled with arrests, legal drama, and non-stop public attention, so the idea of him hiding out there hit hard with fans. Online eyewitness stories described a figure who matched him perfectly. Tattooed arms, familiar build, and his signature dreads tied back, casually moving around inside the house like nothing ever changed. People claimed he was doing regular everyday stuff, like cooking in the kitchen or gaming in a setup that looked similar to the one he showed in his old vlogs, which instantly triggered emotional memories for his longtime supporters. Believers insisted this mansion encounter proved he had staged his departure to disconnect from old legal problems, including the unresolved 2016 accusations that followed him for years. They argued he stepped back into a private lifestyle while his estate continued releasing major projects, like the Juice WRLD remix of Whoa, Mind and Awe, that dropped in May 2025. This rumor spread the fastest on TikTok and Reddit throughout early April 2025, right when people were already revisiting the house online for anniversary tributes, architectural deep dives, and legacy discussions, making the whole claim feel even more dramatic and perfectly timed. Content started spreading with dramatic, movie-style stories of people driving past his old place or catching quick glimpses through windows, all paired with captions like, "Shocking encounter, XXXX, temp alive in his old house." These posts exploded online, helped by slick narrations and AI-enhanced images that made everything look surprisingly legit. Back in February 2025, Reddit users were already asking who lived in his Parkland home, with some saying a family member, possibly his aunt, still stayed there. By April, that curiosity morphed into wild claims of spotting him during family visits or low-key walks around the neighborhood. The house became the emotional center of the story, described as his final safe space, complete with modern features like a gaming room and a peaceful pool area, symbols of the calm he was searching for before his reported passing. But when people looked closer, the mansion claims fell apart fast. Most of the content was tagged as AI-generated or simple misidentification, and his family firmly denied anything like this ever happened. The mansion rumor pushed the idea of him living quietly at home, but the next alleged sighting placed him somewhere way louder, courtside at the NBA Finals. The rumor claimed X-Tentacion was spotted alive at the NBA Finals, giving the long-running conspiracy a flashy celebrity sports twist. Fans said the sighting happened during the 2025 NBA Finals between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers, a series that ended in a wild Game 7 win for OKC on June 19, 2025, marking their first title since leaving Seattle. People online insisted that blurry arena clips from either Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis or the Paycom Center in Oklahoma City showed someone who looked like X sitting in the stands or moving through the packed concourse. They said he was covered up in a hoodie, dark shades, and a face mask, blending in while cheering with a crowd of over 20,000 hyped fans. Descriptions claimed he got extra animated during big moments, like when Shai Gilgeous-Alexander hit clutch plays or during Tyrese Halliburton's intense efforts before news of his Achilles injury came out after the finals. Believers said this lined up perfectly with X's known love for basketball, since he supported the Miami Heat and often dropped sports references in his posts and freestyles, mixing athletic metaphors with his personal struggles. The rumor trail for this one started right when the NBA Finals tipped off on June 6, 2025. Fans began digging through every angle of Game 7, zooming in dramatically on crowd shots aired on ABC and ESPN, claiming a mysterious figure's posture and faint-looking tats matched old footage of X at big events like his iconic 2017 Rolling Loud moment. People online tied this final sighting to bigger conspiracy talk, like supposed gaps in his case and the perfect timing of posthumous drops, including the May 30th, 2025 remix of Whoa, Mind in Awe with Juice WRLD. TikTok and Reddit lit up with edits blending emotional X tracks over intense finals highlights, with wild theories placing him either in Indianapolis for a low-key vibe or in Oklahoma City riding the underdog wave of the series. But once fact-checkers reviewed arena footage, it all fell apart. The so-called mysterious figure was just a random lookalike, and no arena staff or security logs backed anything up. The finals rumor made it seem like he was enjoying big moments from the shadows, but the next alleged sighting was way more everyday. A simple walk outside. The casual street stroll, November 2025. By November 2025, New Talk claimed 300 Tentacion was spotted walking casually in public, one of the most down-to-earth versions of the alive theory yet. The story said that over 7 years after his reported passing, he was seen moving through regular neighborhoods, maybe in Florida, strolling through parks or familiar areas in Miami and Broward, like nothing ever happened. Descriptions said he wore relaxed gear, joggers, a snapback, and visible tattoos, grabbing a coffee or taking a peaceful walk through old surroundings. Believers said this public walk showed new confidence, as if he was finally stepping out after years of living quietly, following what they believed was a staged exit meant to escape old legal pressure and industry problems. Fans tied the sighting to his emotional lyrics, especially songs like Everybody Dies in Their Nightmares, reading the casual walk as a symbol of starting fresh, especially with 2025 releases like The Way with Juice WRLD, which some interpreted as coded hints about his presence. This rumor spread fast on TikTok and X through grainy cell phone clips showing a lookalike strolling casually, while dramatic captions announced, XXXTentacion spotted walking alive in 2025. The timing hit right when his legacy was being talked about again, including updates noting his massive streaming numbers, like over 2.1 billion plays on SAD, which some fans swore had to mean something, pushing the rumor even harder. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you on the next one.